The share of first-time homebuyers in this country just fell to 21%. That's the lowest number ever recorded. The typical first-time buyer is now 40 years old. A generation ago, they were 28. And here's what makes me angry about it. Most of those people have been told the same lie, that they got priced out, that it's their fault, that they should have saved harder. I spent 18 years inside the mortgage business. I sat at the closing table. I read the underwriting files. And I can tell you the thing that actually stops most people from buying a home isn't the price. It's their credit. Not because their credit is bad, because nobody ever showed them how the system actually reads it. So today I'm going to show you exactly what moves your score and what you can realistically do in the next 30 days to put yourself on the right side of that 21%. No fluff, no credit repair scam, just what I'd tell you if you were sitting across my desk. Let me start with the single biggest mistake I see, because it costs people the house before they even apply. You check your credit on one of those free apps. It says 720. You feel good. You go talk to a lender, they pull your credit, and suddenly you're a 650. What happened? Here's the insider truth nobody tells you. The score on those free apps is not the score a mortgage lender uses. Mortgage lenders pull all three bureaus at once, and they use older, stricter FICO models built specifically for home loans. Then they take your middle score, not your highest. And if you're buying with a partner, they usually go off the lower person's middle score. So the number you've been staring at on your phone, it might be 20, 30, even 40 points higher than what the bank actually sees. This is why people get blindsided. So rule number one before you do anything else, get your real mortgage scores. Any loan officer worth their license will pull them for you for free, with no obligation. You cannot fix a number you've never actually seen. Okay, now let's talk about what actually moves the needle, and fast. Your score is built from a few buckets, and two of them you can influence in 30 days. The biggest one you can move quickly is your balances, how much you owe versus your limits. They call it utilization. Here's the part that's almost magic. Your credit card reports your balance to the bureaus on the statement date, not the due date. So even if you pay in full every month, if you're carrying a big balance when that statement cuts, it reports as high usage and it drags your score down. The move? Pay your cards down to under 10% of the limit a few days before the statement date. Not the due date, the statement date. I've watched that one change pull people up 20, 40 points in a single cycle. Second move. If there's a real error on your report, a paid collection still showing a balance, an account that isn't yours, a late payment that never happened, dispute it with documentation. And here's the insider tool most buyers have never heard of. It's called a rapid rescore. Your lender can submit proof of a paid down balance or a corrected error and get your score updated in days instead of months. You can't do it yourself, only a lender can, but now you know to ask for it by name. Now, just as important, here's what not to do, because these are the ones that quietly torpedo deals. Do not open new credit while you're getting ready to buy. No new car, no new furniture financing, no store card for the discount at checkout. Every one of those is a hard inquiry and a new account, and both push your score down at the worst possible time. Do not close your old credit cards either, even the ones you don't use. That older history is helping you. And whatever you do, don't go pay off and close everything in a panic right before applying. I've seen well-meaning people tank their own score doing exactly that. So here's your 30-day plan, simple version. Week 1, get your real mortgage scores pulled by a lender. Week 2, pay every card down under 10% before the statement date and dispute any genuine errors. Week 3, ask your lender about a rapid rescore if anything's moved. Week 4, hold the line. No new credit, no closed accounts, nothing changes. That's it. That's the difference between a 650 and a 710 for a lot of people. And at today's rates, that gap is worth hundreds of dollars a month on your payment. Look, Credit is just one of the four things the bank looks at. There's also your income, your assets, and the property itself. I built a free one-page tool called the Four-Pillar Homebuyer Scorecard that scores you on all four and tells you your single weakest spot and the first move to fix it. It's free. It's at timtalksrealestate.com. Links in the description. Go grab it, find your weak pillar, and let's get you in a house. I'm Tim. I'll see you in the next one.